Imagine a life where your destiny isn't just known, but practically dictated before you even take your first breath. Today, we're diving deep into the captivating story of Theseus, a name synonymous with heroism and complex choices in Greek mythology. But this isn't just another tale of monsters and brave deeds. It's a profound look into what it means to forge your own path, even when the gods seem to have written your fate. Why did this one man capture the hearts and minds of ancient Greeks like few others? Stay until the end to discover the crucial lesson his life teaches us about confronting the impossible and changing history forever. Our story begins in Troezen, a coastal city, where Ethra, the princess, bore a child destined for greatness. The father was said to be King Aegeus of Athens, though whispers often spoke of Poseidon, the sea god, as another possibility, imbuing Theseus with both royal blood and divine power. Before leaving, Aegeus placed his sword and sandals under a massive boulder, a test for his son. Only when strong enough to move the stone could the boy claim his rightful heritage. This simple act laid the foundation for Theseus's legendary journey, setting him on a path of self-discovery and challenges. Growing into a formidable young man, Theseus finally moved the boulder, retrieved the tokens, and embarked on his perilous journey to Athens. But his journey was just beginning. The road was fraught with dangers and notorious bandits. Will he survive the threats lurking on the path to claim his birthright? And what awaits him in the bustling city of Athens? Keep watching to find out how this young protagonist proved his worth. The path from Troezen to Athens was not just a road, it was a gauntlet, a rite of passage for any hero hoping to make a name for himself. Theseus, unlike many, chose the dangerous land route over the safer sea voyage, determined to prove his strength and cleanse the land of its terrors. And terrors there were. First, there was Periphetes, known as the club bearer, who ambushed travelers. Theseus disarmed him and took his club, turning a weapon of fear into a symbol of his growing prowess. Then came Sinis, the Pine Bender, a giant who would tie victims to bent pine trees and release them, tearing them apart. Theseus outsmarted him, applying Sinis's own cruel methods against him. Next, he faced Círon, who forced travelers to wash his feet before kicking them off a cliff to be eaten by a giant turtle. Theseus turned the tables, sending Círon plummeting to his own monstrous pet. Perhaps the most chilling encounter was with Procrustes the Stretcher. This innkeeper offered travelers a bed, then would either stretch them or cut them to fit it perfectly. Theseus forced Procrustes onto his own bed, administering his twisted justice upon him. Each victory solidified Theseus's reputation, not just as a strong warrior, but as a clever and just deliverer. He was becoming a true protagonist in the story of ancient Greece, a protector of the innocent. But his arrival in Athens would present a new kind of challenge, one that involved family, intrigue, and a dark secret at the heart of the city. Would his newfound fame protect him, or would it simply make him a target? Arriving in Athens, Theseus found his father, King Aegeus, under the sinister influence of Medea, the sorceress who sought to secure the throne for her own son. Medea immediately recognized the threat Theseus posed and tried to poison him. But at the last moment, Aegeus recognized his son by the sword he carried. Just as father and son were reunited, a new, horrifying crisis loomed, the yearly tribute to King Minos of Crete. Athens was forced to send 7 young men and 7 young women as sacrifice to the Minotaur, a monstrous half-man, half-bull creature hidden in the heart of the Labyrinth. Theseus, horrified by this injustice, volunteered to be one of the tributes, vowing to end the monster's reign of terror. This was the ultimate test, a quest against an unstoppable beast in an inescapable maze. Upon arriving in Crete, Theseus captured the heart of Ariadne, King Minos' daughter. She offered him a crucial tool, a ball of thread to navigate the labyrinth, and a sword to slay the Minotaur, on the condition that he take him with him. Entering the twisting darkness, Theseus followed Ariadne's thread, confronted the fearsome Minotaur, and in a brutal fight, struck the final blow. Using the thread to retrace his steps, he led the Athenian youths to freedom, but his journey home would be marked by triumph and profound sorrow. His greatest victory had been achieved, but destiny, in its cruel way, had one more devastating twist in store for him. Would his triumphs lead to lasting peace, or would the shadows of his past continue to haunt him even as a king? The journey back from Crete was bittersweet. In his haste and joy, Theseus forgot to change his ship's black sails, signaling mourning, to white ones, signifying victory. King Aegeus, watching from the cliff, saw the black sails and, believing his son was dead, threw himself into the sea, which was henceforth named the Aegean Sea. Thus, Theseus returned to Athens not just as a hero, but as its new king. His reign was marked by significant reforms, unifying the scattered communities of Attica into a single powerful state with Athens as its capital. He championed democracy, though his own rule was often seen as that of a benevolent monarch. His life continued to be filled with adventure, from battles against the Amazons to a disastrous attempt to abduct Persephone from the underworld alongside his friend Periphetes. These later stories, though often tragic, only add to the rich tapestry of his character. Theseus embodies the journey of a true hero, one who faces both external monsters and internal struggles, learning that even the greatest victories can come with profound costs. His legend teaches us about courage, leadership, and the sometimes unpredictable path of destiny. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of Greek mythology and the life of Theseus, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next protagonist. What part of Theseus's story resonated most with you? Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. And please share this video with someone who loves a good mythological tale. It truly helps us bring more of these stories to life.